Hi there and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole and today we'll be having a look at day 6 of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival, which of course is Darwin Corporate Park Race Day, to be run on Wednesday the 28th of July. Unfortunately, the 0 to 66 1300 on Wednesday was deleted when only 4 horses accepted, so we have just the 5 races on the last midweek card of the carnival. Nevertheless, the remaining races are quality lineups, none more so than the feature, the Darwin Corporate Park Cup, which has attracted a capacity field of 12. Some 50 acceptors have been received for the 5 races, with the first to get underway at 2:44 p.m, while the last, the Corporate Park Cup, will go at 5:05. The opener is the JLL Handicap. It's a 0 to 62 event and it's over the 1600 metres, and in the first my numbers are 7, 2 and 1. Going here with number 7, Atone, trained by Neil Dyer, and Simon Miller takes the mount as he did last time out. And that last run I thought was pretty good. Finished third behind Ricky Bobby in similar grade and over 1300 metres. Goes up to the mile this time. Hit the line fairly solidly after doing a lot of work in the run. Was trapped 3 wide the trip. Drawn to get a better run this time, drawn 2, although they're saying that it did draw 3 last time out, but just got stuck in a position it didn't want to be in, and I think can get the money in the first at odds. Number 7 on top. To beat number 2, Floriat Pika, trained by Phil Cole. Wayne Davis back in the saddle. He was on holiday the other day, Wano, enforced holiday, of course, from the stewards. This horse finished second last time out on day 1 behind Count of Essex. That was 66 grade, drops back a little bit in grade. It's got a good record at the mile, 2 wins in 3 seconds, and I've got it in to run second. And in for third, number 1, Bull Market, trained by Angie Forster. Paul Shires aboard. Last couple of runs have been a little disappointing, but drops back in grade, and I think can get some of it here. In the first, 7, 2 and 1. The second's the HK Solutions Handicap. It's over 1200 metres, also a 0 to 62. A field of half a dozen to go around here, and the numbers are 2, 1 and 3. He hasn't had much luck during his tour up here, Rodney Robb from Nyngan, all the way from New South Wales, but hopefully he can get the chocolates here with number 2, Supreme Attraction. Stan Sakos goes on here, and this horse has had 2 runs in the top end for a second and a fourth. Drops back in grade from its last couple of runs. They were 0 to 66, efforts back to the 62. Also a drop back in trip from the 1300 to the 12, and I think judged on those previous 2 performances will be very hard to beat. 2 on top. To beat 1, Defence Attorney, Tayan Holter trains, Vanessa Arnott rides. It was a winner 2 starts back. That was in its last campaign. That was on the 5th of March. Just had the 1 run back. That was the 14th of July. Finished 5th behind Snow's Bro. Well, we've certainly seen Snow's Bro come out and do a good job since. Finished second the other day to Belmont Day in the flying. And I think Defence Attorney knocking on the door. And in for third, number 4, Pembroke Castle, Stephen Brown trains. Simon Miller aboard. 2 runs in Darwin have been okay, and drops back in grade for this 0 to 62. In the second, 2, 1 and 4. The third's the Bet365 Class 2 Handicap. This is for the Class 2 gallopers over the 1100 metres, and a good sized field to go around here. We had this horse all the rage last time and he let us down, but didn't do much wrong. Number 2, Mr. Monaro. We'll allow him another chance here. He's drawn awkward. He comes in from barrier 10 with the emergency rather. Should go from barrier 9. Jason Lyon takes them out this time for Mark 9, and that run first up behind Don't Wait was full of merit. Never saw the inside rail at any stage and kept boxing on strongly. Had won a trial impressively prior to that, and we're giving him another chance to get the money back for the punters. 2 on top here, Mr. Monaro to beat 4, Supreme Times. Rodney Robb trains, Sonia Wiseman in the saddle. Good third, 2 starts back to the Smart Syncline, who of course goes round in our feature later in the day. Last start wasn't so good behind the Auditor, but I'd prefer to take that first up run here into calculation. So I've got 4 Supreme Times in to run second. And my third selection, number 1, a newcomer to Darwin, Shenanigan City, trained by Gary Clark. Jared Todd aboard. Has some pretty decent form in Victoria to recommend. A couple of wins, a couple of placings from 11 starts, and I think it can make its presence felt first up here. In race 3, 2, 4 and 1. The fourth's the Maiden, the Ironbark Aboriginal Corporation Trobus Maiden. It's over the 1300 this one, and once again a good sized field to go around here. Numbers being 5, 1 and 6. Going here with number 5, Pneumatic Sands, Jason Lyon for Gary Lafoe. Gary's having a really good carnival, and Pneumatic Sands' last start effort over the 1300 metres, so the same trip behind Northern Factor I thought was good. Finished off well that day, and with even luck, and as long as it doesn't get too far back, can be very hard to beat. 5 on top. To beat number 1, Moat's Corner, or Moat's Corner, depends how you like to pronounce it. Neil Dyer trained, Stan Sakos aboard. Good second last time out behind the upset winner, the Albion, who paid 150 to 1. Moat's Corner was good that day, was on the pace throughout, kept on fighting to be only beaten a length. It was a game effort. I think with even luck, it's in this up to its ears. And in for third, number 6. Speaking of up, it's up, number 6, trained by Paula Tremworth. Paul Denton aboard. Good run last time out. In fact, the only 2 runs it's had here have been good. A 5th in higher grade and 62 grade behind La Trioli, and then in maiden grade behind the Albion finished 4th. In the 4th, 5, 1 and 6. The last is the feature, the Darwin Corporate Park Cup. It's worth $40,000. It's for the 0 to 76 gallopers, and it's over the 1,300 metres. Really, really good field here. A full field of 12 to face the starter. And my numbers are 5, 7 and 2. Looks a pretty smart customer, number 5, Sincline, trained by Gary Clark and Jared Todd aboard. Has had only the 2 starts in Darwin for 2 wins, and they've been impressive. Certainly the last one was beating Bolt I Am, who's gone on and done a good job since. A 4-year-old by Stratum, and incidentally, Gary sitting on 66 wins for the season. He only needs 1 more to take the outright record, I suppose you'd say, from Stephen Brown, whose seasonal record of 66 was set back in 2010-11. So Clarkie right on the cusp of yet another history-making feat here in Darwin, and he can certainly do it with number 5, Sincline. To beat number 7, Exact Replica, can't fault the form of this Phil Cole-trained 4-year-old mare, Wayne Davis aboard. She's won her last 3, won the Fillies and Mares race here on Ladies' Day over the same trip of 1,300 metres, and just racing tremendously well. And in for third, number 2, All Important. Didn't mind its first up run here behind Sincline. Beaten 9 lengths on that occasion, so would need to improve. But Simon Miller aboard for Chris Nash. Drawn awkwardly in barrier 12, but can get home solidly. In the last, 5, 7 and 2. Late mail, no, not late mail, that's race day. The best bet of the day comes up in race 5, number 5, Sincline. Race 5, number 5, Sincline. I think it's a pretty smart customer, this one. Well, the best roughies in the first, number 6, Camogli. Race 1, number 6, Camogli. Well, that wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, and we'll take a break from Track Talk now in readiness for the biggest weekend of the year. Time just does not permit us further to do any more Track Talks this week. My tip for the Bet365 Palmerston Sprint on Saturday is the grand old campaign of the Captain, with Alpha Sky, Smuggling and Mayamine definite contenders. Well, I am the Fox as my tip for the Great Northern Darwin Cup, but watch out for Heavenly Emperor, Pagman and Reserve Street. Good luck for the final 3 days of the Great Northern Darwin Cup Carnival, and until next time, good luck and good punting.